Law Nation. Come on. Let me see Juan's in the chat if the audio is straight. The Cowboys can't have it both ways. Plus more and more. More and more. Come on. Be sure on the way in, hit the like, share this content. Let that friend or that neighbor know where to go when it's time to tune in.
What more do you want from me?
Come on. Yo. Mic check, 1, 2. All right. About right there. Come on. Don't sleep on Tyrus. Weak. Come on. Ain't no party like a cowboy party. And I refuse to let you go. And if I have to beg, now please, not for your sympathy. Come on, baby. Red. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on. Let's get it. One way or another. Come on. What up, man? What up with everybody? Appreciate everybody for tuning in. The name is Law Nation. As we continue to grind to shine for your mind, and one day at a time, all of that rhymes, don't it, man? Shoot, Dr. Seuss, I ain't got nothing on this over here, man. Come on with it. Shoot, appreciate your action. Shout out to you, Justin. Harley, appreciate you. AJ, appreciate you. Appreciations, you know what I'm saying? And all of those who tuning in to the Cowboys news and drama for your mama. Now, I got to get something off my chest. This right here is, I'm never in the rule of clickbaiting anyone, right? So when I get information or I get intel, I always post sources from, and if the sources are not valid, then that's on them, right? I don't try to get out here to make my own thoughts on things of what the Cowboys will do. Normally I react to those things that's happening. Now I have wish lists like the JC Jacksons of the world, and I'll say I will always preference my statement with, hey, I would like for the Cowboys to go get. Now here's what us as content creators get the flack for. We don't have the ability to be 1,000,000% right with things because we're getting it from sources, and we don't have the ability to, once we produce something, to go in and edit. And I be for damn sure is not going to take down some work that I've done, right? So when that information came out with Najee Harris, first and foremost, I got to go pull tape. I got to watch tape. I got to go over everything and measure twice, cut once, so that I can give you guys the cons, the pros, the good, the bad, the ugly, or what he can and can't do. But if the news come back that is not valid, I can't just take all of that time and throw it away. I'm not ESPN. I don't have time to put back into the system. So, hey, if y'all watch it, y'all watch it. If y'all don't, keep it moving, keep it grooving. But that's just how that is, you know. But I'm not in the business of leading you guys astray. So that's just what I'm just telling y'all how it is, you know. But for those who say, hey, clickbait stuff, I got some clickbait and stuff for you. You know, I could be that type of channel, show, news outlet, or what have you, but I'm not. But I'm going to show you how these things do operate as it relates to those clickbaiting type of information. Nevertheless, ladies and gentlemen, the Dallas Cowboys, what's not clickbaitable is this right here of what Jerry Jones' son, his son, had to say about the money on the aspect of, hear me out, on the aspect that they don't have it. That is still the cap issue that's the problem, right? So let's go listen to this right quick, and we will rewind all the way to the beginning, and let me know if you guys can hear audio. Let me know and pull it all the way to the top.
I did the interview with Derrick Henry, and he's got the house in Dallas, and he said, you know, and he loves being on the Ravens, but he wanted that call from the Cowboys and was interested in going to Dallas and talking through it. So take us through that process, and why was there no telephone call to Derrick Henry? Were you guys not interested? What was the evaluation on the player? Why no telephone call to Derrick Henry?
All right, so it's old news. It's old news. But damn it, y'all got to hear me out. This is him talking just yesterday. Just yesterday, he's talking to these folks. So as Law Nation and anybody that talks upon this, it is our duty to go over this, right? This is content. The name of the content creators is content creators, right? So this is not clickbait. This is not old news. This is news that was generated less than 24 hours ago. And I'll go toe-to-toe to anybody who think that they have the audacity to out-debate me with this and they don't have big enough cojones, right? So that's just what I'm saying. This dude is still talking. You don't have 31 other owners' son talking to the media about their past issues. Do y'all get what I'm saying? Let's listen to what he had to say.
Well, first of all, nothing but respect for Derrick Henry. I mean, he's one of the top backs in this league. He's had one of the great careers in this league. I wish him nothing but the best with the Ravens. Sure, a great place for him. Our situation is just, you know, and no one ever wants to say it, but it's salary cap. And we just didn't, you know, have the money to allocate to that position.
Didn't have the money to allocate to that position. Who's talking about money? There's 31 other teams out there, and you don't hear them utter the word money. The salary cap is a thing that I wish we had over here in the nation's household, right? To know that I'm going to get 10 to more than 15 to $20 million every year. It goes up. It don't goes down. Even in the year of the pandemic, the salary cap increased only by a few dollars, but it wasn't a lot. So I'm telling y'all that these guys and these boys, I love our boys. I love the Dallas Cowboys. I put it like this. As old and gray Stephen Jones is, I've been a fan longer than him. That's the craziest thing of it all. I've been a diehard Cowboy fan before he was even knowing to buy the Dallas Cowboys. That's crazy. And Stephen Jones looked older than Jerry Jones. Let me know if I'm lying. So I have every right to call a spade a spade. But let's listen to more what he had to say.
You know, in terms of where we were from a cap standpoint, knowing what we're looking at with Dak and certainly Micah and CD Lamb. You know, we just didn't have those type of resources to allocate that position, or we probably would have already had it filled with Tony Pollard. We hated to lose Tony Pollard. We had to lose Zeke the year before from a cap standpoint, and you know, we just didn't have the dollars to allocate to the running back position.
All right. This is the first year the Cowboys didn't use the franchise tag. And I get it. We've been telling the Cowboys, please don't use that franchise tag. Please don't use that franchise tag. Because that's the problem of the whole cap situation. One of the pieces of the problems. Why, Law? Well, when you franchise tag a player, you can't prorate that money. You can't spread it out like peanut butter or jelly. You got to take that hit on the chin. And even if you got double chins, you going to have to, both of them chins going to take that salary cap hit. So your ways of managing the cap is the issue. Your ways of handling the cap is the issue of the reason why. The craziest thing of it all, you took a cap hit on Ezekiel Elliott last year and he wasn't even playing on the team because you cut him. And even if you didn't sign Ezekiel Elliott this season, you still would have took a $6 million cap hit, and you ended up throwing the baby out with the bathwater to in return to go down there to shake the baby out of the mud, which was New England, and to pick the baby back up and put $3 million back in the baby hand. That is the craziest thing of it all. And I'm not saying that the Cowboys would not utilize and use Zeke, but there goes to show you that you're paying equivalency of a $3 to maybe $4 million more for Ezekiel Elliott when you already signed him for an extension back in 2021 that went through 2026. If you guys get what I'm saying, follow the money. So you double paying for Ezekiel Elliott, and there's nothing wrong with that. I get it. You know, you made your mistake. You brought him back. You know, that's just what it is. You realize and say to yourself, all right, I need him back. Tony Pollard, hey, the money that he's asking for is way too long. It's longer than Shaq feet. So I'm going to make sure that I bring in somebody with the kind of caliber that got some football experience as a running back, that can go downhill, that can take advantages of light boxes, and I'm bringing Ezekiel Elliott in, right? But to go about this long way of saying that, hey, the reason why you couldn't bring in Derrick Henry because it was about the money. Look, I got people, for those who in Dallas, Henry got folks in Dallas, right? He just not by himself when he come to Dallas. And they pull people to the side and say, hey, man, my cousin really want to play for the Cowboys. Man, he hurt. Nobody even gave him a phone call. Nobody gave him a phone call. Who knows? Who knows? Henry could have said, you know what? Hey, I get it. I understand it. I would take the home team discount. But he would never know if you never picked up the phone and called. You didn't call him, nor his agent, nor his cousin, Pookie and Ray Ray down the street. Shout out to Oak Cliff, right? So it's just what it is, So it's one of those things that the Cowboys, with this particular owner, son, he just not a forwarded guy. He looks at it as if though, and I'm not beating him up, but I'm telling y'all the truth. He's looking at it as, hey, I would rather be safe. I'm going to take my talents and I'm going to dig a hole and I'm going to keep it there so that next year it will be still there, right? He's not going out there and giving it to the exchangers. That's biblically speaking. It's going to go over a lot of people's head. And let me know which one. God bless. You say, so sometimes when you're trying to keep things and you're trying to be wicked with it, it comes back in multitudes of return negatively to you, right? This CeeDee Lamb thing could have been all said and done, right? This whole thing with even Dak Prescott could have been all said and done. Now, the Micah Parsons thing is still too early, but you still could work things out with Micah Parsons on the front end. But that's a whole nother conversation for the nation.
And certainly looking to do it, in a more efficient way in terms of how it complements the rest of our offensive roster.
That boy right there burned up. But shout out to him, man. Shoot, he got this silver spoon, That's just how that goes with all of that. So now this clickbait right here, this dude right here, potential trade to Cowboys, would you agree to trade a Najee to the Cowboys and they get CeeDee Lamb and some draft picks? That boy crazy is right here. But he just making light of everything. And I love that. I love that all the way. The arrogance of the front office, Raz stinks, all to be damned. Yeah. All right, so here's what I can tell you. Everything that you do in life, or everything that you see in life, there's always cons and then there's always pros. there's cons and pros to most of this, right? Even if you talk into the ramifications of even Dak Prescott, there's cons and there's pros. So what you try to do in life, you try to say, okay, what are the pros? Even if those that's in relationship. Draw a T, right? Draw a T. And when you draw the T, you put your name on one side, you put your lady name on the other side, and you point out, these are the things, you point down on one side, these are the things that I like. These are the things I dislike, right? These are the things that we are willing to work out with. And then if you look at this particular list and you see that there are more likes, there are more pros than cons, then it's cheaper to keep her. It's cheaper to be with her. It's cheaper to make things work. You know, it's cheaper to make things, if you look at it, and even if it's one negative side of the whole type of conversational piece that is going to draw down everything, then it's probably be also, you weigh those options out and say to yourself, it's cheaper to just go ahead and move on and keep my life living with someone else, right? Those how you got to look at things. So with Dak Prescott, you draw that chart, you put that T in there, and you say, okay, all right, so what are the pros? Okay, we know we can get to the playoffs. Whoop-de-whoop. We like that, right? We spoiled of going to the playoffs. Can we win in the playoff game just by Dak Prescott alone? You just put down in that box? No, he can't win you playoff games by himself. That is an absolute fact. There's nobody that can out-debate me. You can try and you will lose. You know, you will lose 100% of the time. He can't win it by himself. That is a guaranteed fact. So what do you need to do in order to win? Oh, run game, that's some of the things that we've been looking back at these playoff games. We haven't had the immense amount of talent at run game, right? And what else we haven't been missing in the playoffs? Oh, stopping the run. So you figure out how to fix those two things and go back to the table. And damn it, if you still lose at that point, then you just be done with it from there. It is simple, but yet complex for the Dallas Cowboys front office to understand that. But they have the gall and the audacity to say this to everyone, oh, we go as far as Dak Prescott go. Well, you've been seeing it. It's been 7.5 years, 8 if you add everything up. You've seen it with your natural eyes. You have the kind of caliber of quarterback like Dak Prescott, and that as far as he's going to take you. And there's nothing wrong with that. Don't you know how many franchises and organizations wish that they had these type of opportunities? Come on, man. But y'all would rather argue with me instead of the front office and say, well, you just a Dak Prescott apologist, and disregard the things that I say that is true, right? So that's just the craziest thing from this particular fan base, right? So we got to understand that when you look at these teams that ultimately win it all, they have the ability to run the ball when necessary, and they have the ability to absolutely stop the run. Dak Prescott can't play defense. No, he can't. But when we look at everything, I like the argument that my guy got going over here, and he does a great job. Brandon Laurie, he does a great job. Let me see if I can pull this up. And he's been extracting all of these good ingredients of what Dak Prescott's been able to do. Dak Prescott, where he's ranked amongst 8 quarterbacks in his first 8 seasons, minimum of 60 starts, right? Here it is, 67 completion percentage, 29, close to 30,000 yards, basically, 202 passing touchdowns, 1.9 interception ratio, that's 6th best, 99.0 passer rating, 5th best, 22 game winning drives, and that's 11th best, right? And 50 passing success percentage, and that's 2nd in the National Football League. And he goes into more details of everything, and he pulls up more charts, and he pulls up the analysis of Matt Ryan and Dak Prescott. Basically, it took the Atlanta Falcons to have this number 1 draft pick, and what did they do? The first thing that they do is they went and got a Julio Jones for him, right? So they made sure that they had reasonable successful weapons for Matt Ryan. And look at his success. It took him a minute to get all there, and I don't think he ever made all pro. They both made 3 Pro Bowls. Okay, wow. And it took him 8 years before he got over the hump. And I'm not saying that this is just because it took Matt Ryan 8 years that it's going to take Dak Prescott 8 years or more to get over the hump. Well, we are at that threshold now of those 8 years, which is crazy, right? Which is crazy. But Nick Butler says, but just 2 playoff wins, time for us to move on. How many playoff wins did Peyton Manning have in his first 5 or 6 seasons, huh? Oh, let me do this. I want y'all to get angry a little bit, because people fail to realize that this is ultimately a team sport. Let me pull this up. Y'all watch these Zeke highlights while I pull this up right quick. Hold on. I'm gonna pull this up. Since we gonna switch subject lines too. We gonna switch it up just for a quick second. Because I want to bring this home too. Because a lot of people think that it's just one individual game in general. And some of the times when you look at it and you say to yourself, man, I've been all over the place, man. Oh, man, I've been all over the place in the wrong direction. And now that I see the truth that it takes a complete team, and this is not no shade that I'm going to pour upon one of the greatest players of all time. This is no shade. But these are things that you might want to fight amongst yourself and say to yourself, all right, cool. Well, it took him that long. What do you expect is going to take somebody without those kinds of caliber of things? Bear with me, and I'm going to pull this up. And this is one of the greatest. Put it like this. Who is one of the greatest basketball players of all time? Who's one of the greatest basketball players of all time? I'm going to go ahead and say it. Is it Michael Jeffrey Jordan? Is it him? Is it Michael Jordan? Yeah. Can y'all put MJs in the chat before I pull this up? Can y'all put MJs in the chat? Yeah. I hope it's big enough for everybody to see. All right, so we're going to pull this up. All right. Let's go this. Jordan fans don't want to know this, right? And I'm not beating up Jordan. Jordan before Pippen. Do you see 0 winning seasons? Okay, do y'all see that on the resume? Do you see 0 plus 50 plus win seasons, 0 60 plus win seasons, 0 MVPs, 0 playoff series win or won, basically 0 conference semifinal appearance, 0 conference final appearance, 0 NBA final appearance, 0-3 in the playoff series record, 1-9 in the playoff game record. So what do this mean right here, Law? What are you trying to say? Are you attacking Michael Jordan, MJ? Are you blasphemy talking over here? But what I'm saying is that it took a team for that dude to get there. It took a complete team. Y'all acting like, hey, this dude could have did it by himself. Could he? Put yes or no in the chat. Well, based off of these references here, I don't think it would have been able to be done. And let me know where I'm lying. I just need to figure out where are the lies. I just need to figure it out. I need to know. Yeah, I just need to know. I want to know. I'm just trying to figure out things because y'all say that, hey, all you have to do is be great. And excuse me. He had Phil Jackson too. So I'm just trying to figure things out. So at one point, y'all can sit back and talk about numbers, stats, accolades, but it takes a complete team. It's no I in team, but it's an I win though. It's an I win, and I won. Because you can't, here's the thing, you can't debate facts. You can't sit back and even try to open your mouth to debate these type of things. Like, it's a reason why Jason Garrett don't have a job, ladies and gentlemen. If Dak Prescott get cut today, how long do you think he will be on the open market? I just want to let y'all know, how long will it be on the open market? I want to know, and how long did it took for Jason Garrett if he's still on the open market? Oh, Scott Linehan. Now, granted, boy wonder, he keep picking up jobs, and I hope he stays over there in where he's at. Okay, he's in Philadelphia. Oh yeah, I can't wait for him to see. what he does over there.
Nobody
Yeah.
does it better.
Yeah. But hey, Law, he had 9 All-Pros. Yeah, and name me one of those. Just name me one of those 9 All-Pros was able to stop the run. I just waiting. I just need to know which one of those 9 All-Pros was able to stop the run. Hey, my guy Aaron, not Rodgers, but Jones was averaging 9.5 yards before contact. Now, our biggest hope is for us to bring this guy in, and his name is Zim, and he's going to bring in.
Get your up there, contain the damn ball. This is why we do it. Too many missed tackles. Let's go. We're too damn soft. I just hate mistakes. I hate mistakes.
Yeah. Action Power says Dak inherited a good team. It's been 8 years. You've seen enough. All right. So what was that good team record the year before? I need to know. What was that good team record the year before? What is considered good? What is considered good? I need to know. What is considered good? What was the good team record before? And how come the other quarterbacks that's under that inheritance couldn't work with the wonders of all of that wealth? How come Matt Castle couldn't win games? How come all of those other quarterbacks couldn't? Brandon Weeden, how come they couldn't win games if it was such a good team? You had the wide receiver. You had the defense. How come they couldn't get those things going? I need to know. I want to know. I need to know, man. My dog, I need to know. How come? Riggs, baby, I need to know what's going on, baby. Y'all need to know. Come on, I need to know. Nick, call in. I'll open the phone lines up for you, Nick, because I need to know if you're willing to battle me on those type of principles and concepts and spit your mind, because y'all got good Twitter hands or y'all got good fingers, but y'all don't have the good mindset or the intellect to conversate with me on those type of things. Because at the end of the day, how come in these 8 seasons, hear me out, when this particular quarterback 4, when he's not playing healthy or when he's not completing the full season, how come do this team reverts to being back to 8-8 or below? I need to know. And how come when you have the kind of caliber of quarterback like he is on this particular team that they win games? How is it such? How is it such that he is the problem and everyone else is not? I just need to figure out. I just need to know. Y'all can tell me, why is that possible? Why is that going on? What is going on with that? And how come the Cowboys didn't pounce and utilize that to trade away something that is bad to get something back in return, which is good? They should have moved on from Dak Prescott in 2020, was it 2018? They should have moved on then, if that's the case, and got one of those good people in the building. Maybe we would have been able to win, huh? Because you guys, here's the thing. You guys are so smart and intellectual with it that the players on the team don't know that Dak Prescott is trash, but y'all do, right? Everybody else, the players say that, hey, 4 is real. We want 4. We need 4 out there. He is our leader. But you guys know more than the players. That's the craziest thing of it all. I can't make this stuff up. And on top of that, before we open up the phone lines, I got to give a shout out to PrizePicks. You can be in the mix too, and I'm going to share my content and my information with you guys in my lineup today. I got Luka, I got Chet, I got Jason Tatum. We're going to share this so you guys can jump right on in as well. Use promo code LAW, and when you buy into that promo code, 100% of your deposit matched up to $100 will be presented to you. On top of that, we have here the other picks that's available, and I'm going to share this one with you. You know, hopefully we can get off with this bag. And when you download that, use promo code LAW. I told y'all the pros and the cons. When we made it to the playoffs, couldn't stop a nosebleed. Granted, 4 did wet the bed. I'm not saying that he can walk on water. But the same thing, here's the craziest thing. The same thing that Aaron Rodgers needs is the same thing that this quarterback needs, a complete team. Look, I would say this, and there's not up for debate because we got the tangible picture right here. The same thing that MJ need, also other players need, because you can't win it without good team surrounding around said player. And y'all better not sit back and say, well, no, it was just Jordan, man. He was able to win it all by himself. I need to know. When did he ever did it by himself? I just need to know. All right? I just need to know. When was he able to do that? And you see one of the greatest. I'm talking about one of the greatest basketball players of all time. Now come on in, Nick.
All participants are
now
muted.
The phone lines are open and everything. You said that you wanted to talk. 657-390-7391 is the hotline for your mind. Come on, call in. Now don't act like you ran out of your anytime minutes. Come on in here, man. I need to talk to you. I need to talk to you. I got from the 860. Come on with it. I got you live on the nation. Is this VIP?
Lord, put Nick the quick. Nick is official Slurpee. Lord, what's that? Lord.
I'm listening.
What's going on, Lord? Lord, what's going on, Lord? This is why I don't tap in, Lord, because there's nothing for me to talk about. But when the Slurpees tap in, I see the Slurpee. Nick the Quick is the new Slurpee. I don't know if Nick is your boy's hermaphrodite back here. Look, I don't know what's going on. But all I know is 4's not on the field, I see results. They said, I don't want 4. What happened when we didn't have 4 on the field, Lord?
Hey.
Look, what happened the whole year when my quarterback broke his ankles? If this team is so dope and it can walk on water, what happened when my quarterback went down, Lord? Please tell me.
The only evidence that we have of anything being tangible was when Cooper Rush got in, and he's 5-1, I believe. But the offense, the time that he got in, they ranked 27-28 respectfully. So that wasn't enough for this particular defense, because we all know, VIP, that particular defense was going to eventually cave all the way in. But it is what it is. Now, it is what it is. It is what it is.
So, you validate my point. Exactly. Because with Cooper Rush, if Cooper Rush was such an entity, Lord, why was he a free agent and not 31 other teams didn't even look for a backup from him, Lord?
31 other teams, he was open on the market, free 99. You could have picked him up for a Slurpee and some doggone Frito chips, but they didn't want to pick him up for that. They could have got him a foot long with it. I know Brandon would have loved a foot long with it. A nice Slurpee and a foot long. But anyway, Lord, look, all I'm gonna say, Lord, is look, everybody loves something until it's gone, Lord. If 4 walks away next year, Lord, what happened in between Troy, Tony, and 4? Man,
look at that gap between there, Lord. You know we had to live with, right?
Yeah, that gap bigger than Michael Strahan's mouth. You know what I'm saying? So teeth, pause is necessary.
It's bigger than
yeah.
Gap.
Wait a minute. But you crazy as cat hair, man. So, but what I'm saying is that it takes a complete team. I get it, right? Just as much hate or criticisms we would give to other players like the Josh Balls of the world or even Matt Waletzko, we could argue that, hey, there's a Josh Ball and a Matt Waletzko fan out there saying, hey, wait a minute, why aren't you beating up them boys like you beat up Dak Prescott? Why Dak Prescott deserved to get that umbrella of I guess, protection? But what I'm saying is collectively, at not one point of Josh Ball or Matt Waletzko's career that they played even in the shadows of Dak Prescott is what we're saying, though. That's all I've been saying from the day one, right? Basically, if Dak Prescott have issues, I'm the first one to call him out with it, and say that he need to work on these type of things in order for us to be able to win. But people will hear that and dismiss it, right? It can say that, hey, man, you are only an apologist. No.
You're a realist, Lord.
Right,
You're a
right.
realist. And you can see right through. Like, we all know, Lord, like all the football heads know, Dak is at his best when he has a run game. Like, I'm not a coach, Lord, but
Yeah.
I study the game, Lord, and I play the game, so I know, damn, that compliments him well. When he was on fire, he had a A1 run game. So let's take the run game away from him, Lord, and drop him back 40 to 50 times, Lord.
Right.
So make the math to me. Make the math make sense, Lord. Make it add up.
Make it add all the way up. And with MJ fans right now pissed off, bro. But I like MJ. I like him. It's just the fact that, I've always been a Laker guy. I couldn't stand it when they won their first ring or whatever. But that's a whole other story. But I can tell you that MJ, it took an extra weapon piece for him to win. And we talking not apples and apples, of course, because basketball is a whole lot different from football. But what I'm saying collectively, this is one of the greatest of all times, and it took this to happen for him to win, bro.
Exactly. So it took a team, Lord, but no. Not for Cowboy fans like Brandon and Nick the Quick. They are Nick the Quick to fall on their knees and say, he should walk on water and do it himself. Not one quarterback that I've watched win a Super Bowl won it himself. Not the 7 Super Bowls that Brady went on. 6 of them, 4 of them was won by a kicker. 3 of them was won by a defense. So, make it math. Make the math add up to me, Lord.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you, man. We got others, man, that's in here, man. I just wanted to give you a chance to jump in since you were the first one. But appreciate you, dog, for calling in, man. Let me hear you say it, though.
It's all love. Tell Sadiqa, to all my queens out here, I'm riding for you. How about damn Cowboys? I ain't a killer, but don't push me. No Slurpee season.
Appreciate you, man. That's VIP, man.
I ain't mad at
Yeah.
I ain't mad at you.
Yeah, we was once 2 brothers of the same kind. Quick to holler at her. Oh. I got my dog, man. From the 214, Darius, man. You're live with us, man. Talk to me, bro.
Law, you was out there with the trench warfare, man. You was in the trenches, dog.
Yeah. Which one of those your nephews, man? Because them boys are getting at it, man.
They was, man. Listen, I couldn't make it. I had to go to work that day. But
I
listen,
feel you.
If y'all do that, if he have another camp, I promise you, we gonna be there. I literally could not make it to this camp. But,
here's what he got in July. We haven't got the official date, but we're going to have all position camps in July. So we're going to have wide receivers, tight ends, O-line, D-line, as well as running backs. So we're going to try to collide things together. And then before that time frame, I'm going to be working with Buddy Johnson. He plays for the Cowboys, number 57. He's the linebacker. He's having the camp, I believe, on June the 8th. So I will pass out the flyers or what have you, and I think that we only need about 2 more people to register, and it's pretty much going to be already set up by that time frame. But I'm going to tell you guys, we're finna have a great time.
So look, since we already in the trenches with the trench warfare, that's where we gonna be at. So when is you gonna be at the next camp with trench warfare?
Yeah. We're gonna be at the next camp, but it's gonna be in
that's
July.
a bit.
Yeah, July-ish.
We will be there. That's a bit. But what I want to ask you was, So now that you seen all the guys that be out there, right? You seen Gerald McCoy. You seen. I had one of the other days. You remember Jalen Smith, the linebacker?
Yeah, linebacker Jalen. Yeah.
I seen him out there. Like B-Tuck just be having these pros just come out and check out the program. Like they'll literally like holler at the kids for a second, give them pointers and so it's like that's dope. But
yeah. Let me tell you what B-Tuck would do, man. You point out things like he literally. I was sitting here just talking to him, and then he was like, "She bet I'll get Jordan Davis on the phone now." And I was just kicking with him. Then he go FaceTime Jordan Davis, Big Tail. I said, "Well, hey Jordan Davis, don't get it twisted. You may be big and bad, but man, you got to come to Dallas. You know what I'm saying, to work out. And he laughed it off, but it goes to show you that when you are great at something, people will do anything and everything to get that greatness, and they will leave Philadelphia to come to Dallas to get their training. Now, my thing is that all of our boys need to be training with B-Tuck because he ain't nothing to sneeze at, bro. It's a layup.
Right down the street, cuz.
Yeah.
Right down the street.
Hell yeah.
We right there. But what I want to ask you was, did Tuck tell you one of his favorites? Did he? Because I seen some of my guys. I seen my guy Trippy Red out there.
Yeah. The red boy with the freckles. Yeah,
my boy Red.
That boy gonna be something, man. Oh my goodness.
I see my other guy, Zane. It's a tall, lanky kid, but I seen a couple of guys out there. Man, that was dope, man. Did Tuck tell you one of his favorite kids? Did he tell you who was his favorites?
No. He ain't. I didn't ask him who was the favorites though.
Okay, but who did you see out there that you thought was like, damn, he gonna be something? Like who did you see?
Man, to be 1,000 with you, I was doing the podcast thing, streaming live, right? And we were just going over talking about topics. Jazz came with me, and she did a great job. And then I didn't have the full team with me, so I couldn't break off from the podcast. But when it was all said and done, here's how blessing of those who support the nation. The food truck, y'all, I'm just being 1,000 with y'all. The food truck couldn't make it, right? So we had over 150 kids without food. So we had to scramble at the last minute to buy over 100 pieces, man, because you had big boys in there. And we got some deals with, what you call that? Not Chick-fil-A because they were closed. The other chicken place, it got chicken tenders.
Williams?
No. They got good chicken tenders.
Cane's.
Yeah, Raising Cane's. Yeah, we did Raising Cane's. Yeah. They had to swipe the card, man, to keep them alive. So I just appreciate all of y'all because we were able to do that. That's what standing on business is about, and that's what being able to feed the youth is all about. So I can't wait for all of the video because our videographer, she got a lot of good footages and stuff. I can't wait for it to be all updated so y'all can see it.
But yeah, that's the bet, man. Please, the next time they have a camp, come out there.
Yeah.
Because I'm mad I missed this one. I'm mad as hell I missed this one.
Yeah.
But I promise you, as soon as they have their next camp in July, I promise you, I'm gonna bring my nephew. I'm gonna take my nephew there, and then we gonna man, don't be acting funny with the camera. Cause I'm gonna holler at you.
Holler at me then, shoot.
I'm gonna come and holler at you.
Yeah, come and holler at me. I grab you a seat. You can come sit down. If it's indoor. If it's indoor, we'll do the podcast. But if it's outside in July, something like that, nah, it ain't finna melt out there. But yeah.
But that was pretty much it, man. It's all love. I was just tapping in about that one.
No, certainly, man. And come on out to Oxnard. If not, man, come on down to when we get back to Dallas for those training camp areas. Appreciate you for calling in, though.
That's a bet.
Good call from. I got the next person in line from the 804. You're live on the Nation, brought to you by PrizePicks. You in the mix. Holler at me. Once.
Hello?
Twice. What's good, man? You're live, man. I'm about to hang up, man, but you good. You live. Talk to me.
What's up, Law?
Not much, man. Well, I'm well with 2 L's, man. I'm well, though.
Look, I just want to come in here. I'm 27, so when I was born, I guess, and I'm from Virginia. When I was born, I guess the Cowboys was in their glory days, so it was inherited into me.
Yeah. You didn't get a chance to see
Do
nothing.
nothing my whole life, man.
Sure.
What's up with him?
Well, here's what's up with him. Okay, you grew up in the Chain Gailey, right? Then Dave Campo.
And I'm from Virginia, so I went against the grain.
Oh my gosh, man! You over there with Foots? You over there? You about, I don't know. Foots may be a little bit older than you, but you over there with Foots, the King. You over there with Mark and all of those boys. Yeah. Y'all didn't get a chance to see no greatness being at 27. Yeah. I mean, I can't see the future. I can't predict the weather, but I can plan the picnic over here, man. That's all I'm doing. I'm the person that's going to at least plan the picnic, man. I got the blankets, I got the food, the entrees, everything. Hey, I'm going to even bring the Kool-Aid.
So I've been to two Cowboys games, but I went to one in DC, and then I went to one when they played the Rams in 2019 in LA. But so when they play home games, and I plan on coming out there this year, you got the biggest tailgate going on, or what?
All right, so here's the groove that we working on. We working on with this wonderful restaurant called Shakerton's, and what they're going to do is they're going to provide a home for Law Nation. So every home or away game, depending on all of that, we right down the street from the stadium. Man, come on up, pull up on me. And at least I can get you a drink or something since you're 27, and maybe we'll sit down and, we'll go over the plays of what's going on the game and give you pre, during, and post-game services, man, with over here brought to you by Shakerton's with Law Nation. That's something that we're working on, bro, and I can't wait to see you, man, if you can. I got the 301. I think I lost 804, but 301, you're live on the Nation, man. You're live.
What's up, Law? What's up, Law? What's going on, baby?
Hey, all is well, bro. I can't complain.
Hey, man, I'm going to meet you at Shakerton's, baby. I'm here in the DMV area, the DC area, so, I'll be taking on the chin right now, man.
Hell yeah. And no matter where we go, if you were, look, I wore this headband somewhere. I forgot that I had it on. I'm picking up my daughter from school, and somebody pulled me over there. Oh, man, them funky Cowboys. Oh, my gosh, man. Well, y'all like roaches. Y'all come out of anywhere. It's the summertime. You got to pull that off. I said, wait a minute now. Don't you be talking about my team. Let's go blow for blow right now.
America, baby.
Yeah.
America. I root for America's team.
Yeah. I ain't finna take this. I ain't finna take my silver and blue off. This is a tattoo to me. And they was like, man, dog, I respect you.
Hey, look, I've been a fan, man, since '79, and love my boys. Let me ask this question, and I love that. But let me ask this question, just being truthful. Dak had his best season as a pro this past year.
Okay.
First Cowboy quarterback to lead the league in touchdowns.
Yep.
Second MVP voting, and then he had 9 Pro Bowlers. The question becomes, if you got 9 Pro Bowlers and have your best season, do you think he can really do it?
Here's my stance. Here's my stance with Dak Prescott. By himself, I truly don't think he can be able to do it. I look at it just like, and I know people gonna be throwing knives at me. I get the hate, even from saying that, right? But I look at it just like John Elway. He couldn't do it without TD. He couldn't do it without that defense. And I'm not saying that Dak Prescott is going to take him all the way up until he got to John Elway's age with yellow teeth in order to win. But what I'm saying is with Dak Prescott, he's the kind of caliber of quarterback that needs to play off of play action. I think that that's when you get the best version of Dak Prescott. I don't like Dak Prescott without run game. Is that a situation where you're going to hold his feet to the fire like that? Here's my other thing. Guess who else was just like that?
Who you got, Peyton Manning?
No.
Oh, Peyton Manning, because Peyton Manning win his first Super Bowl later in his career.
I'm talking about 8 was like that. He couldn't. He couldn't get busy without Emmett. Shoot, he couldn't get busy without that Great Wall of Dallas. He couldn't get busy without.
So you said even with the 9 Pro Bowlers he had last year, he just didn't have a running game. If he had a running game, it would have been different.
Man,
but he had 9 Pro Bowlers and he had a great defense.
I think that I hate to beat up Tony Pollard. I like Tony, right? As a Nightwing, as a Robin, right? As a Luigi, not as a Mario, right? So what I'm saying, even with Tony Pollard, I think that if we were to have a little bit more of an authority to get these teams out of that quarters look or off of those too high safety looks, so it can be more of a situation where we can manipulate the outside throws and the interior throws, then I think that would have been a better situation. It would have had at least been a shootout. That's what I would have looked at it if we had run game. In that mixture, we didn't. We couldn't even bust a grape. We couldn't. And here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, though. You've been watching football since '79, right? And here's my 1,000 truth. You got to do these two principles. Stop the run and run the ball. Those are two things that can win you multiple playoff games.
And I agree with that and played ball most of my life and definitely agree with that. So then let me ask this question. And this is an indictment on the front office because we not addressing that run game right now.
Hey.
Look, front office can't have it both ways.
They can't. That's why I'm saying you can't have it both ways. Like, all right, the front office suck and the quarterback suck, or the quarterback suck and just the front office good? Which one is it? I know two things can be true, but here's what I'm going to give the front office credit for this season. Damn, did they solidify that offensive line? Did they?
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
Hey, look,
Yeah.
Zeke might be back to Zeke right now.
Shoot, yeah. I was looking at some film of Zeke running in New England. He didn't really have good block up front like we talking about, right? And he was still able to lean forward that cantankerous head and give you a couple of yards. I think that the Cowboys, we needed something like that when we got into the red zone. Even if teams know that we are running, that will be a plus for us because that will open up play action again.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think Zeke got a little something being up there in with Belichick and them. He might have learned a little bit. Or how the locker room need to be, and he might be able to bring a little bit of that back to the team.
Yeah.
Maybe address some of the stuff that Michael was talking about on his little podcast.
Hell yeah.
About leadership and stuff in the locker room.
That's the dude. You know what? A lot of people talk about what player you looking for to have a breakout season. You know who I'm looking to have a breakout season?
Who's that?
Michael Parsons.
Yeah.
And I know it kind of sound weird though. I'm looking for him to.
But I get what you're saying.
I'm looking for him to have a maturity breakout season.
Right. You expect him to be the leader that he was talking about that we was missing.
That's what I'm expecting him to do. Yeah. I'm expecting him to at least, because he's the Dak Prescott of the defense. If it's DPF, Dak Prescott fault, for damn sure on defense it's MPF, Michael Parsons' fault, right? So I'm looking at it like, come on, Michael Parsons. And I know Zim. I just know Zim ain't going to. You know what? When we talk to these players, bro, they say the same thing. Structure, hey, discipline, territorians, that type of stuff is what you're going to get out of Mike Zim. And I think that for sure that there was a lot of plays that Parsons was getting washed out of because he don't have the frame to be on the edge all day. And I'm quite sure Zim is going to say, hey, we need you right side by side to run this double A gap blitz scheme right beside Kendricks. And I think that what we thinking that we have a issue with is going to be our strength. Linebackers going to be our strength opposed to our weakness.
Well, I honestly think I think you said a mouthful right there. I think our biggest all-season attribution was him.
Yeah.
He's going to bring the structure. He's going to bring that structure, that discipline, and accountability that we were missing.
Hell yeah, man. Appreciate you from the 301, man.
Appreciate you, big dog.
Hell yeah, appreciate you, man. Good call from, man, I got my brother, man. I think this is my brother from another mother. No other. Don't look like Danny Glover, but keep it cool with us from the 909. What's on your mind, baby?
What's up with you, man? If I'm Danny Glover, you definitely Mel Gibson.
Riggs! My dog, I know you finna have a voice of reason and talk to the people, man. Talk to us, man. I haven't heard from you even since the draft, man. So talk to me. I got to get something out of you.
I mean, I've been doing content, man. But man, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, in the off season, I own these 7-on-7 teams, man. So I be running running my boys, man. From literally as soon as football season's over. On their season, my football season starts on the 7-on-7 and everything else. So, but I've been putting out content, man. Don't do me like that, man. Don't do me like that, Law. Listen to me, but I'm gonna tell you, praise God for guys like Law. Who really be on it, man. And salute to him. You know what I'm saying? But just to kind of tickle back, man. You know, I think this is the thing. You know, these are just a couple subjects that I was thinking about. You know, Ezekiel Elliott. You know, I love what Dak Prescott said about him at the Kentucky Derby, or not the Kentucky Derby, but the baseball game. The Dirk Nowitzki event. I love what he said about it because, you know, what Dak really did is he set the standard on what we're paying Zeke for. Like you guys want Zeke. It's like going to a car dealership, man. It's like we're not gonna get this Lamborghini. We're not gonna be entering into any races. We need things like the things that he said. We need leadership. You know, we need that calming. These are all things that Dak's saying that he's gonna bring because guess what? They're lacking. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I'm gonna say it like this. Like this is no shade on Dak. He's a great guy, but I think Dak knows that when Zeke's in the locker room, Zeke is he's the leader of the team, man.
Oh yeah, I see where you going at it with that angle because what was the whole notion when they were rookies, right? Batman, Robin type of thing, right? And did they split the rookie of the year type of thing? Because even though they gave it to the quarterback, people were like, hey, let's split this thing because you can't have one without the other.
Well, think about this.
Go ahead.
You got to think like this. The NFL gave the trophy to Dak, and Dak turned around on the same stage and gave it to Zeke.
Right. I love it. I know you're finna jump deep into this mindset. Break down the mental capacity of that to the people, man. Break down the mental part.
It's like this. Like, you know, the quarterback position is naturally the leader is naturally the leader. So that's just how it is. That's the position that Dak was put in. And I think, you know, if keep it real, if we were in any other team, I think you would have saw Zeke as the clear leader of this team. But they present it. And to be honest with you, I'm a coach. The quarterback should be the pseudo leader of the team. Why? Because he's the one that's talking the much. You know what I'm saying? So that is technically how it should be. But I also believe that, you know, Dak being, you know, who he is, he's not one to force anything. You know what I'm saying? So if you're a guy that's taking on those leadership qualities and he can get behind you and rally himself, Dak is the type of guy where he's like, shoot, I'll do it.
I'll do it.
It's like in business. Like, you know, they always say a good business owner listens to his employees. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, you know, just because you're the owner, you know, it doesn't mean I'm not going to take any validity in people that are under me and things they say. And one thing I also believe that Dak loves about having Zeke is, you know, Zeke is kind of like his shield a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because Zeke shields a lot of stuff from Dak because just his presence being on the team is going to split up some of that narrative on what you got to say because people are going to put that on Dak. You know what I'm saying? So I think Dak also likes the fact of knowing that it's like that expectation and that burden that he has to carry in those late moments in those games. I believe he believes that he can now carry that with Zeke. And guess what? That's no shade on CeeDee Lamb, but I think that CeeDee Lamb is still very young in that aspect, and he's not like Dak. Like, I don't think Dak thinks that CeeDee Lamb is on the same level as him as a, like, you know what I mean? Because, like, Dak is a man with kids and all this, you know, all these other things. You know what I'm saying? So I think he sees CeeDee Lamb as like his little brother, but he sees Zeke as his brother.
Yeah, so instead of the little brother, you know, you look at him as the equal. They came in together. So here's my thoughts. It's one thing to have nails, and it's another thing to have the hammer plus the nails. And last year, we just had a bunch of nails. Rico, he brought the mindset of a hammer, but he was still, in theory, a nail type of running back. So now we got somebody like Zeke who can be that hammer, and then you still have Rico. You still have Royce Freeman. He's a hammer too. So you got a hammer, and then you have that nail with Rico and Deuce Vaughn. I think that those things is going to be beneficial to us when it's time for us to run, when teams are playing that umbrella defense or when teams are playing deep zone cover looks and they are only expecting 4 players to stop the run. I think that all of that would be beneficial to us. We can argue about the fact that Zeke that Zeke in that last playoff game when he was with us in 2022, and how horrid he looked. But we got to quantify the fact that we still had Kellen Moore calling the damn plays, and it was like, hey, 21 slam, and they were running it to the teeth of that 49ers defense, right? And on top of that, you had to understand that we were a man down. Terrence Steele wasn't in that game. And Zeke, he wasn't 100% himself. So you had a lot of issues in that game, and it looked like bevies of excuses, right? But we didn't have the immense amount of depth that we have now. That's the craziest thing on offensive line and in running back room.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you, Law, like, playoff games, what I've learned from coaching, man, playoff games are really lost in moments, man. Like, it's like every regular season games, they say, not one play can affect the game. But in playoff games, bro, you can literally lose a playoff game in one play.
In one play.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
because the reason being is because there is no more plays after that playoff game. In a regular season game, you still got next week. You can fix it. You can make it right. So it's like each individual moment in a game matters. So it's like going, Dak Prescott stepping in a regular season game being down 7. Yeah. That's not as different as in stepping in a playoff game being down 7. Yeah. That's a totally different mindset because, that you have the notion that there is no next week. So, I mean, my biggest thing that I love about Zeke, being on this team is, like, in those moments, you have a guy who has had moments, man.
Moments,
man. The Dallas Cowboys, we keep on asking guys to have moments, man. Like, that you can't, like, I mean, it's, like, I can't ask a guy I love me Kevontae Turpin. But I can't ask him the same expectation as I have from a CeeDee Lamb. Because CeeDee Lamb is a guy who's had moments. And that's what I'm saying, man. When these guys on Kansas City and these dudes think about this, for the Baltimore Ravens, they went and got their biggest acquisition that helped them this year was what? That middle linebacker. Yeah. And what did that middle linebacker have in that playoff game?
Moments.
He had moments.
Yeah. And that's the whole point. Bro. That's the whole point of me saying during the offseason, they picked up Derrick Henry, and they still went and drafted a running back. That's what I was trying to tell the family. Look, you run a business, right? And when you have people inside of your business that's family, you will give them a little bit more grace and mercy than those that's on the outside of your family, right? You're going to give your son a little bit more, hey, son, hey, man, you made a mistake, but don't F that up again. But if it was Joe Blow, hey, you F that up, you fired, right? And those are the things that we don't have here because these guys are able to not move with haste. They don't have the sense of urgency. Now, granted, I do like what they did in this draft with the offensive line with the front 5, but we shouldn't settle here, though. We should still continue to say, okay, Lamb, hey, we working on a contract with you, but we still going to bring in this wide receiver. We still going to pick up phones to see whether or not we can trade for this guy because we shouldn't be sitting back saying that we won something during the offseason when we haven't, right? And that's just how I look at it. You got enough time, bro? You got enough time?
Absolutely.
You want a co-pilot? You want to co-pilot this show?
Hey, man, I'm with it, man. I'm with it, man.
Let's bring in from the 206. You in the mix, man. I got MJ. You live on the Nation. Brought to you by PrizePicks. You in the mix. Talk to me.
What up, family? How you doing?
And great, man. I can't complain. You got West Coast with us too, man. So talk to us, man.
What's up, West Coast? How you doing, brother?
I'm great, man. I'm great. Enjoying this Cowboy day, man.
Me too, man. Shalom. I just want to say to all the fans, some of these fans, I don't know how you know me and you were Law when we lost and we knew we supposed to win. We were disappointed, but we still turn our players on. How you guys be coming on this line and y'all hate Dak Prescott? Now you hate Ezekiel Elliott. Yeah. Man, you guys are not fans, bro. Law, I'm gonna be honest, they not fans, Law. They not real fans, Law. It's the only people I know that hate your players. We trying to win a goddamn Super Bowl, and y'all complain about everything. Man, I say, Law, them boys that running back with that big offensive line.
Yeah.
Watch what happened. Now watch they kiss ass, family. All y'all on here, watch they kiss ass when the season and Zeke and whoever on the other team.
He scored a touchdown. Yeah.
They gonna be talking shit. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't want none of y'all talk shit about Zeke. And when I'm gonna go to that camp and I'm gonna tell Zeke, some of these fans ain't Cowboy fans. They some fucking haters. They think you're a bum.
But you know what? The time that it is great to call out the players is in practice, right? And West Coast, he can contest to this. He would let them know, hey, pick up your feet. Yeah. Don't you West Coast, no shit. And then they be knowing West Coast voice before he come around the corner because you know you doing it out of a passion. Ain't that right, Wes?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. My biggest thing, whenever I have contact with players, my mom always told me, man, if you have one time to be in front of someone important, say something nice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Start off nice. Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? West Coast.
So my
my
mindset when I get in front of players is always different, man, because I am actually under the belief that these dudes really do be wanting to really work hard and stuff really be wanting to get after it. Because, man, this offseason, and it's kind of embarrassing, man, I've heard so many ex-players talk about how they have gotten coddled and how when they get there, like when Gerald McCoy said, his first day in the Cowboy locker, in the lunchroom, they came and they asked him what exactly he wanted to eat every day. And he said he came back the next day and they had his meals all prepared. And, this is my thing, man. Like, you can't blame a player for receiving the luxuries of the Cowboys. Like, they get wrong.
Hey, Wes. It's called Southern hospitality. Because if I know I get some of their treatment, I know for sure those players. I'm sitting here like, hey, Law, your money is not welcome here when I go to that restaurant. Not going to say the name of the restaurant. And that's a good feeling, Wes, because that's something that I know for sure that I'm getting it because I'm Law Nation, and I'm talking about the Cowboys. I don't play for the Cowboys. I can only imagine if I played for the Cowboys. Now, favor is not fair, but I'm going to tell you, man, hey, I love that restaurant every time I go there. Yeah. I love
West Coast, check this out, Law, West Coast. Mm-hmm. Now, you got to do me a favor, West Coast, because y'all talk to your boys there. Landlord in the liquor store. You got to tell him. He keep talking about my receiver, man. My receiver just got there.
Cooks.
Number three, Cook. Now, I watched a lot of tape, and I will bet him $100. They're going to show you he's open a lot of time. And the new number one was open a lot of time. But you know whoever's open? Number 88. So West Coast, if your number one receiver is open first, who you going to throw the damn ball to? Or you going to throw it at number 3 or number 1, or you going to throw it at 88?
Well, I'm going to tell you this right here. I know you listen to my content, so I know that is a facetious question that you're asking me because I know you know the answer to that question because you know that I 100% agree with you. You know I agree with you. I be the only one on that show telling, listen to me. I saw Brandon Cooks. I was walking through the tunnel at the San Francisco 49ers game, I saw Brandon Cooks' dad, man. And I looked at him, and I greeted him and said my little pleasantries and stuff. And I looked at him, man, and he asked me the same. Because I'm gonna tell you, man, one thing the greatest thank you or the greatest level of appreciation is having a player's parent ask you what's going on with their son. Like I'm a coach or like I'm a And I'm gonna tell you, listen to me. Everybody go look at what week the 49er game was. I'm gonna tell you, that was like week 5. That was early
week 5. Week 5. Yeah.
You know what I told his dad? I'm gonna tell you what I told his dad.
What you say to him?
OG, they just gotta throw him the ball, man. Because he's open, bro. He's open.
And what you call keep acting like he's a bum. I say, man, the man just got there, and he was a decoy for 88. That's speed. Yeah. You think they're going? That's why he's open. So, we go. Okay.
Here's what I'm gonna say though. Here's what I'm gonna say with Dak to Cooks. this was the first time I looked at it like, man, he wasn't on the same page with that boy. He wasn't.
Yeah.
He only hit him. He hit him on a nines, on 1-9, and he hit him on deep crosses. Anything else, he was overthrowing it, throwing it to the moon, climbing ladders. So I don't know what it was, bro. But hopefully, man, going into this season, we can get on the same page. But yeah, for damn sure, he was on the same page with him. You know.
Hey, but Law, but think about this though. Law. Even though he was still off pace with him, Brandon Cook still ended up as what on this team as far as touchdowns?
The number,
like if
number one or number two touchdowns.
Landlord didn't like it.
Had they would have got it together, maybe had they would have gotten together at the beginning of the season, that's what gives me kind of, and that's what I always give pushback on to Landlord, where it's like I always say, like, what is your requirements of your number two? Because if my number one receiver is going for 1,800 yards, there's no way I'm thinking Brandon Cooks is about to get 1,000 yards. I'm not even expecting that from them. I'm only expecting
tight end. But now you got 13 is gone. Now you got
it's going to be an influx now because I think that Cooks, he's going to have that 1,000-yard year if he stays healthy. But some of those passes though, that was on them 9 routes, he should have gave it to number 9, Cavante Turpin. I think that those balls would have been caught. It would have been catchable with him because there's no way he can overthrow, him because he can get up under it. So I just look at it like they wasn't on the same page, and I can't use the it's because he was a shorter receiver because we seen Cobbs get busy and we seen what's the boy name Cole Beasley. We seen both of those boys get busy, and they are short stature type of wide receivers. But here's the thing that I also watched though, and I want your 2 thoughts on it too. Before I let you go, MJ, some of the times when you think of Cooks, where he got really busy at throughout his career is where Lamb was lining up at. Lamb is not a traditional number one wide receiver. He lines up inside the slot. So there are two of the same kind of guys that lines up inside the slot, and they're not getting busy. What's your thoughts on that?
Were you asking me or MJ?
Yeah, both of y'all. One of y'all go at a time. One.
I think I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Dak Prescott as a quarterback favors the slot receiver because so I think anybody. Because think about this, freaking Randall Cobb came over here and looked young.
Yeah,
Joe did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Randall Cobb was taking 60. Randall Cobb almost had like a 70-yard touchdown if he didn't get caught.
Yeah. True.
So I think that might be a, Dak is a safe quarterback, right? His mom, when he's growing up, his mom always prided him on taking care of the football.
Right.
Well, let's just be real. If you're a quarterback that's going to take care of the football, you're not really trying to throw the ball to the X. You want to know why?
No.
Because most of the X routes are going to be contested. That's why we love Dez Bryant, because we always saw Dez Bryant jumping over people or two people hanging over him. Those are outside throws, and you're going to have a cornerback and a safety hanging over you. So for a slot, all you really got to do is win on your route and get open, and technically you're open. You know what I'm saying? And then Dak just finds you and get you the ball. I mean, that's not a shade on now. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to tell you what a hater's going to say. The hater's going to say, well, guess what? That's Dak, and that's why also tight ends thrive with Dak too.
Yep.
But I just think that's his game. I just think that's Dak's game. You know what I'm saying? And it worked for him. He's number 2 in MVP votes. It's not like it's not working for him. But I just think that's his game.
MJ, what you got?
He works inside out. He works inside out and
inside out. And before you go, MJ, excuse my French though, but the damn time that they went with a slant with on Brandon Cooks, it was picked off. Like all year, we never saw that play with Brandon Cooks.
That was so that was a Kellen Moore play. I said, what the hell we running a Kellen Moore play like that for? With a little small receiver. Come on, man.
Yeah. And then we sitting here like, hey, come on, Dak, you can't throw that. You know what I'm saying? But then when we look back at the tape, every DB said that was a good DB play, and every route runner that's on Twitter said
that was the worst play.
That was the worst play to call. Plus, there was a terrible route by Brandon Cooks, and everybody was saying, we were like, yeah, we saw it live. Like that was the first time we seen that on that side of the field the entirety of the year. But go ahead.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, then one more, West Coast. Check this out. Now I'm gonna tell y'all something, Law. That's why you do good tape. I don't know what y'all heard on Rico Dotto. If you watch the tape, y'all, Rico Dotto runs was more impactful than your boy last year. And I'm going to tell you something. I don't know what y'all talking about. With this new line, with Zeke, and that, oh, my God. Law, I love Royce Freeman. That's a 230-pound and a 4'5". Y'all crazy. Hey, if we don't run that damn ball, like West Coast saying, shame on us. That's beating up. You know what I mean? Man, I could play running back. Me and West Coast could play. After Zeke and Royce beating them dudes up, they're going to be so hurt, they ain't going to be able to have to tackle us. So I don't know why y'all keep thinking that we can't run. Man, please. West Coast, I love you. Sometimes I get mad at you too, West Coast. Because I be wanting West Coast. Come on, West Coast. West Coast, please tell them guys, stop acting like we ain't got no players. And I'm going to tell you one more thing. Rogers that we got from Oregon played in the SEC. Big D tackle. Varsh called it. That was the perfect call. Even Brian Barter said it. Man, that was a steal. That big boy don't get moved. And the people that Big Game James wanted, they played Northern Illinois. Come on, man. That big dude was nah, bro. You gotta play against Alabama, you know what I'm saying, Tennessee, Georgia. That big boy from Auburn playing pros. He ain't playing no high schoolers. Big Game James gotta stop that, man.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you, MJ. Yeah.
Shout out, salute to Law Nation, West Coast. How about them Cowboys? I'm excited. I hope to see y'all in camp.
No doubt, man. Good call from him, man. How you like that, West? You know.
Hey, I love it, man. Hey, just Nate. I mean, I'm actually under the belief that the Dallas Cowboys offensive line is going to get better. And I'm going to tell y'all, I think that when it comes to offensive line, the Dallas Cowboys have a line of credit with the nation that they can kind of put out there whenever they need to, because for the most part, man, when it comes to offensive line, you got to think who's some of the guys we didn't like on our offensive line. Connor McGovern. Connor McGovern, he wasn't good enough to start for us, but guess what? He was good enough to go start for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Connor Williams, y'all hated him, didn't like him. Guess what? We didn't re-sign him. He went and became a Pro Bowl center for the Miami Dolphins. So it's like, the Dallas Cowboys, even on the offensive linemen that we have missed on, those guys have still been solid pros. So I think, the Dallas Cowboy Nation, we owe them a line of credit when it comes to that position group. I'm not saying every position group. If you want to doubt them in the running back room, hey, you can still do that. You can still doubt them. But I do believe that the Dallas Cowboys have earned the ability to take chances or take players on that offensive line, and we give them a line of credit and kind of wait and see. Because they have done their job, man. They have done their job when it comes to offensive linemen.
Man, you telling the truth right here. I've got two more callers. Let me lock the room up and get these two in here.
The conference
all right?
has been locked.
You may know him as just B-Bird, but I call him Coach B-Bird, man, because B-Bird be coming with some good stuff and information from the 409, man. We got B-Bird in the house. What's good with you, man? Talk to us.
What's up, Law? How you doing, brother?
Man, all is well. Can't complain. Got West Coast with us too, man.
I just turned y'all on. I heard West Coast on here, so I really wanted to call in and give West Coast a shout out because he's been talking run that ball, man, for years. And so shout out to you, West Coast, man, because that's where I think we've been struggling at. I think what it is I did a little thing last year about dome teams and Super Bowls. I think you remember that, Law, where and all the dome teams that made it to the Super Bowl, they actually had to have a home field advantages, and going on the road wasn't real good because what they do is they build these dome teams to throw the ball because the weather's always good. Most of the times at their home games, or when they go on the road, they didn't do so well. But what that tells me is that, and then another stat I looked at this year's playoff games, and in the playoff games, West Coast, you might not know this, but the 300-yard passers were 2 and 4 out of the 6 games that were 300-yard passers, and 12 of the 13 games won in the playoffs, the passers threw for under 300 yards. So 300-yard games are great for September and October. It's cute, but when it gets to winning time, man, running the ball and stopping the run will always be what's going to do it. Even if you look at a Mahomes, who's the greatest quarterback that we have now, he threw for 300 yards in the Super Bowl, but it took him overtime to get to that 300-yard number. And so what I'm saying is, man, is if I said that, and then what the Cowboys did in the draft by getting a left tackle and a potential center with the 2 of the first 3 picks, I can't be mad at that.
Can't be mad at
I can't even be mad at Zeke in a sense, because when Zeke was healthy, Zeke ran the ball well. It was just that he couldn't stay healthy in some of those years. And so it was their fault for keep putting Zeke out there hurt.
Yeah.
But I just want to give, just by stats, because some people might say, like, West Coast just like to run the ball. But statistics says that when it gets to playoff time, when the weather gets bad, that's what you have to do. You have to stop the run, and you have to run the ball.
Yeah.
And what we have not done is give Dak a running game to whereas when the passing game isn't doing so well, now we can run the ball. I saw that with Baltimore Ravens when they played against the Houston
Texans.
That game was tough at the start, but their defense and their running game kept that game close. And then in the second half, their running game, their run defense made the thing go. And so sometimes we were too one-dimensional last year. It was Dak or Buck.
Hey, let me ask you this, though, B-Bird. Let me ask you this, B-Bird. You cooking, too.
Yeah.
Was that first game, Houston versus the Cleveland, was it at home in the stadium for them, or did they have to go on the road?
Yeah. No, they played Cleveland at home.
Okay, and then they had to go on the road, and then what happened?
Then they had to go on the road.
Did that run game? And here's what, and this is why I do like the Texans, what they were able to do this offseason, not making this a Texan show, but they said, damn, we couldn't run the ball. And first thing they did was they made acquisition to get running back. They made acquisitions to make sure that they solidify that and to improve on that. I think they even drafted a running back as well because they knew for sure that their quarterback, he was looking great when they had run game at house and they was stopping the defense. They was doing all of that stuff. They were able to put up 45 points or something like that, and he was slinging the ball all over the field for 350-some yards. But when it time for him to go on the road, and they shut that run down, he threw for a QBR of like 37-something. You know, he was looking pedestrian. Yeah. And they only put up 10 points, and the points came at the end. So it was 10 to 30, something like that?
And then the AFC is even worse because you got to go to Baltimore, bad weather, Buffalo, bad weather.
Come on with it.
KC, bad weather. You're gonna play some bad weather teams over there, and it's gonna take. Hey, when it's 13 degrees outside and the wind's blowing 30 miles an hour, you can't throw the ball.
Yeah, you can't. Got to run it.
I'm gonna let y'all go, man. I just wanted to just point that out. I don't want to give West Coast a shout out because he's been on his bandwagon for a while. I like what the Cowboys did. I'm usually hard on the front office, but I can't be hard on them when they get 2 prime offensive linemen in the first 3 picks. It tells me that they understand what their weakness is, and they're trying to address it. Now what they need to do is get some big grown men at defensive tackle and then stop this run. And now we kind of could be looking at something. Have no problem with our wide receivers right now. We got good enough wide receivers. We just can't put everything on those guys in the passing game. Let's get some running game now to balance this thing out to whereas if our passing game isn't working, I always tell y'all I love the 2014 offense that we had when we ran the ball with DeMarco Murray. And if you wanted to stop that, we had a primetime passer in Tony Romo that would eat you up throwing the ball. But we haven't had that yet, y'all. And I'm gonna get off, man. I appreciate y'all giving me this time, bro.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you, B-Bird. And hey, Wes, what's your thoughts on the linebacker room now? Especially bringing back Damian Wilson. Is that a situation? Whereas I know you're big on Jalen Smith. Do you think that Jalen Smith would have been a better option with this particular team opposed to Damian?
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'm gonna decline from that question because both of them.
Both of the boys, your boys.
Both of them is my homies, man. Both of them is my homies.
I knew you were gonna say it.
Hey, listen to me. If either one of them is on the Dallas Cowboys roster, West Coast is in the family section either way. I'm gonna be in the family section either way. Both of them gonna send me a ticket to a game. So, but, I mean, I'll put it to you like this: as long as both my dogs got a job, you know what I'm saying. I'm happy. You know what I'm saying. B. Will is, you know. He got him a Super Bowl with the Chiefs, and not even that he got him a Super Bowl with the Chiefs, he's a guy that had 2 big moments in that Super Bowl that they won. He had 2 big moments in that Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I like it. It's crazy that the Dallas Cowboys drafted a dude who has a Super Bowl ring who is now on their team who they didn't win a Super Bowl with them. That's crazy.
Yeah, it is
like,
crazy.
Imagine that.
Yeah, it is
you know
crazy.
So,
yeah.
But, I mean, as overall, the locker room, I mean, if I had to say, judging it from last year to this year, I would say I would assume that it's gotten better. Kendricks is a real linebacker. Wilson is a real linebacker. I would think that my younger guys will take steps. You know what I'm saying? I always assume that players get better each year. You know what I'm saying? Even if they don't get a noticeable better, I assume that these players are going to get a degree of getting better next year. And more importantly, you're actually going to have, like, linebackers playing linebackers because everything's been weird in Dallas for a little bit. Linebackers have been rushing the pass. Safeties have been playing linebackers.
Yeah.
So it's like, think about this. This will probably be the first year in probably, you know, at least since Dan Quinn been here, that everybody's going to actually play in their position. You know what I'm saying? Like,
man, you spitting, boy. You spitting. Yeah.
Like, listen, Law. I love versatility, but I believe that I can't teach you how to do everything until you know how to do one thing really good. You know what I'm saying? And the Dallas Cowboys, they put so much on these guys knowing everything that they don't ever know one thing. You know what I'm saying? My dad used to always tell me, there's no James Bonds in life. There's no guy that knows how to fly airplanes, drive boats, kill. You know what I'm saying? There's nobody that knows how to do that, bro. There's no James Bonds in life. You know what I'm saying? So you have to needle down on one thing. And that's why I say it's okay to be a one-trick pony, as long as that trick is really good. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Like, we need to have some one-trick ponies on this team, like guys who are specifically good at stopping the run. You know what I'm saying? That's okay. We can be okay with that. Specifically good with stopping the run. Because guess what? We have very specific problems right now. Like, our defense isn't plagued with, like, oh, we can't do this, we can't do that, we can't do this, we can't do that. Think about this. At our worst, our defense loses you 5 games a year. That's not bad.
At worst. Hey, when you think about it that way, oops. Damn, boy, you're right. Oh, my gosh.
Right? But the problem is, when you go to the playoffs, all of our problems are compounded. You know what I'm saying? And it's exactly what you were saying at the beginning. They're compounded. Why? Because when you get to the playoffs, teams aren't throwing the ball, man. So Trevon Diggs and Deron Bland and Gilmore, they're going to have an effect on the game, but they're only going to have an after effect on the game. There's nobody trying to throw the ball in the playoffs. That's not how playoff games are won.
No doubt,
man.
I
think the linebacker room I believe it is improved. I think Kendricks is we're going to see the noticeable difference between a real line. I love my boy
Damone.
The safety that was
Damone. Oh, you talking about?
Damone Clark. I'm talking about the safety.
Hold on, the tip of my tongue right now. Bell, Marquise.
Yeah,
Marquise Bell. Marquise. Yeah.
I love Marquise, and I love what he did for the Cowboys this year. I am curious to see if the Cowboys, at least, because like right now, he's a man without a position. Because he played really, because we're not going to play him at linebacker. And then I don't know how good his safety play is because we ain't seen him at safety. You know what I'm saying?
And in his moments, people would say, man, Hooker, it failed to realize Hooker was great against on run support. And on top of that, I think he still had, 2 or 3 interceptions last season.
Yeah.
I mean, we used to beg and dream and pray for that.
But think about this. That is the downfall of being a versatile player when you have a new coaching staff comes in. Because now I have a bunch of blips of you doing a bunch of things, but I don't have no video of you doing any one thing good. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm curious to see what happens with Marquise Bell. If they're going to give, in a perfect world, you would like to see him get a shot to go back to the safety room, but I don't see Marquise Bell outplaying Wilson. I don't see him outplaying Kendricks. So what happens?
We'll find out.
Like you said with Hooker, he might not be able to outplay Hooker, and then Wilson just got paid.
Yeah, yes, correction. He only had one. But let me get the 214 in, and we're going to talk about this, man. You're live on the Nation with me and West Coast. Talk to us.
Salute to Law Nation.
Man, salute, bro.
With no hesitation, Mr. No Days Off. Slap yourself if you don't salute, Mr. Run the damn ball.
Yeah.
You understand me? And with that being said, I'm going to say visions. Check me out, y'all. Visions. Visions of thought. Visions of pain. Visions of my shirt getting wet, but not by rain. Visions of losing time that's supposed to be gained. Visions of lost family members that left me with a permanent stain on my brain. Visualizing me of being on the opposite side of a trigger that's been pulled, or being in the jam that left me in a condition that's critical, without the ability to talk or hear a sound, without the ability to stand up or walk around. Pain hurts so bad you can't smile nor frown. Facing two choices, to be cremated or put in the ground. All for the cost of animosity you left to be a memory betrayed by visions of hurts and faces on shirts. This will make you wish you would have bust first. Now you face the opportunity of having wings of burning eternally by fire that seem like a scarlet being poured on by gasoline. Reaching with your hand, feeling to be felt. The most painful vision of them all, y'all. Visions of death. Cowboy Nation, love, live life. Action pal, out, peace.
Man, that's what I'm talking about. Man, let's clip that one, man.
Listen to me. Hey, bunk that. We got Eagles fans up here talking crap. We got Washington fans talking crap. We got Chiefs fans talking crap. Where the diss track at?
Yeah. Can't dot this, man.
Like that. Listen to me. We don't listen. Even Kendrick Lamar on some grimy stuff right now. Where the diss track at?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where the diss track? Where
Drake.
The diss track at?
Drake, you got 24 hours, man.
And you got 24. Hey, listen to me. Even Kendrick Lamar off that logical stuff. No, we ain't talking logical no more. We picking violence today. I need a diss track, bro.
Yeah, man. That right there, man. Vision, man. I was like, man, shoot. He taking us down the street, man, and showing us everything, man. Shoot, that dude was on it, man.
Bars.
Them bars. Was that action power? Shoot. Let me know in the chat, y'all, what he said at the end, because oh boy, he got it all the way in with that one, man. Yes, indeed.
I need that diss track come out. I need to drop that.
Yeah. Drake ain't got nothing on him. And K Dot, you ain't got nothing. You know, K Dot, he's a Cowboy guy, you know. Yeah. Him and Shango, cool.
Man. We need a Cowboy. We need to do that, man. I need a Cowboy rapper just like my boy right there. Drop that Eagles diss track, and then we gonna get it. And then I'm gonna stimulate. You know, I'm gonna use all my social platforms, and I'm gonna tell you this right here. If we get into views in schools, Cowboy Nation gonna win that. We gonna win that. We got views over here, bro.
We got views, man. Come on in with it, man.
We got views over here.
Yes, indeed,
so
man.
Cowboy, I need that Eagles diss track now.
now. So, man, we definitely gonna have to circle back, man. I'm definitely gonna have to jump on with you, bro, and do some more gritty good work. And we got some things that I'm working with a few of the players that I'm gonna bridge my connection over to U.S. And especially we trying to get some things going when we up there at Oxnard. Maybe we can, you know, since you got your crew of guys already, you know, maybe we can get something really smoking. Don't want to outspeak my wisdom teeth on it, but man, just hit me up, bro, and we get some things going, bro.
Hey, man, you know, coming to the West Coast and then you saying the word smoking, it's just all kind of coming together, man. It was a symbiotic relationship, man.
Yeah.
Symbiotic relationship.
Yes, indeed, man. Tell people where they can find and follow you, because they should already know, but some people might not know.
Hey, man, anywhere, social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, for my twiggers, you know what I'm saying? They call it X.
Twiggers.
You know what I'm saying? If you're a married man, you still call it Twitter. Don't be on X late at night. You can get you in some trouble now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you on TikTok before they shut it down, make sure you follow them on TikTok too. You know what I'm saying? But anything that you could type in, internet search, type in West Coast Cowboy, I will be there. And listen to me, man. I appreciate the nation for rocking with me, man. I've been doing this for a long time. Listen to me, man. I told everybody when I first started this game, I didn't realize that other people's opinions are valuable. You know what I'm saying? As a 41-year-old content creator that's been doing this for 7 years, I understand that other people's important opinions are valuable. So because of that, we stopped blocking people 3 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
but, hey, I love y'all. I love y'all, and you already know what it is, man. Never look down, 'cause stars up. Peace.
No doubt, man. That's West Coast, man. He's on the best coast, man, over there on the west side. You know, they say the west side is the best side. And he's over there, and I'm telling you, this dude is never a dull moment when you're watching his streams. He's always on point and giving you guys the information. If it's news that's out, he's going to give you guys his thoughts and his opinion of it. And, you know, we all, like I said, you can't have it both ways, right? This is the duty of what we do. We wrong sometimes, we right sometimes. But at the same time, we real all the time. We ain't giving out no fake stuff over here, right? That's the difference between us. Eric Stewart says, I'm an Eagle fan, but I still will support Law Nation Sports, man. Appreciate you, man. Yes, indeed, man. You know, here's how cool things are, Eric. I got relations with agents, right? That's players on the Eagles team, right? So it's just like that. You know, you might jump in one day and we have Jordan Davis here, right? Nolan Smith, we may have him here, you know, Noah Smith. You know, we may have my guy Smitty on the show one day, you know. So that's just what it is, man. And I appreciate you, man. Law clipped me. How was audio, man? Hey, it was great, man. I forgot you got balls like that, action. Shoot, power. You know, even though he give me a hard time. But, man, speaking of hard time, shoot, we got these prize picks over here, and they got these promo picks that you can pick from. You can opt in. Let me go with Stephen A. Smith. You can opt in to his promo, what he got going with more or less. We can play now. Okay, and then we already copied that one. Let me show you how we can go. We even got, you know, with fame and celebrity, man, they even got Ruby over here. She part of the roster now, Ruby Rose. You know, I saw her and old boy, what's his name? Drosky. Yeah, tongue dancing together on a boat somewhere. So, hey, it's nothing is impossible, man. When you start hitting these prize picks, man, you start becoming in part of the mix. Ain't that right, Holly? Holly said, pause, Law, pause. Yeah, pause is necessary, right? Yeah. So, Ruby Rose, you can opt in and get in with her, you know. And if you hit the million, you know, you make and be like the next Drosky. You can get in line for some things over there, allegedly. You know what I mean? And then we got Marcos. You know, he got his picks over here. You can jump in and you just opt in. It's just so simple. And then you can play now and these sorts of things. We'll play now a little later. But those are the lineups there. Hopefully we can hit on a few of these things and we can pop champagne bottles. I know my guy Action, I know he going to be popping bottles because he been winning and he showed me all of his wins and everything. But you can jump in with Prize Picks. Use promo code LAW. 100% of your first $100 will be matched up to that point. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, indeed. And JB2, man, we don't do that until they knock on the door. Then JB2, we'll do something like that with that company. But right now, the best pick is over here at Prize Picks using promo code LAW. And if you have a little issues downloading the app, the information is in the description box on all of my videos. Let's go, Cowboy Nation and everyone that's listening.
Damn, Dak Prescott.
Yeah. But I appreciate y'all, man. It's 3:03. The phone line was fire. I know I give you guys a lot of energy, and if I offended anyone, charge it to my beard, not my heart, right? Y'all know how this goes. At the end of the day, we ultimately want this team to win. We don't want them to lose. Some of y'all want them to lose, right? Some misery love company, right? Misery do love company. If you're an Eagle fan, I know y'all was happy, boy. Y'all were happy the Cowboys lost. But when I pulled up the Eagles chart and I saw that y'all lost, I was happier, right? Oh, my goodness. And when I saw y'all at that Super Bowl laid out like Family Guy, I was happier. To get all the way to the top to lose, boy, that was crazy. But ladies and gentlemen, a prize fighter continue to swing even when he's down. Unless his last name is Haney, right? Just got knocked out, or Dave Robertson, you know what I'm saying? But Cowboy Nation, Let's continue to take it one day at a time, one movement at a time, brick by brick. We stacking these things together. Shout out to you, Sanjay. Shout out to you. I can't wait to give you Tyrus Wheat information. And if you got it, let me know. Shout out to all of my Mississippi boys. Power run, win games, JB2. Yeah, you're right. Power down in there. Posey says Riggs. Yeah. Cowboys Nature said Garcia was doping. Yeah, shoot. Doping don't make them hands get quick, boy. Shoot. He like, run that back. Shout out to Garcia and his agency. We try to work something out, man. You get what I'm saying? Ain't this right, Choctaw, Montana? When the end comes for me, let it find me conquering a new mountain, not falling down an old one or sliding down it. Jim Rowan is the one with that quote. I say it many of times. But this is one of my favorite quotes that I know that my mom would love for me to say. She watched all of my videos. Mother's Day week is coming up. And I'm gonna tell y'all, the Nation family been rocked a little bit. Some days are merging together, some mornings are slow to get up. But it's all about determinations and the passion of your mind, your heart, soul, and sinew. But if you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad that you don't get tired, and it makes you hold everything tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you will gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, or plan for it, and lose all terror of your mind, if you would simply, just simply go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength, and sagacity, with faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity, if neither cold or poverty or famish, or the fame or the sickness of your body or brain can turn all of you and you away, if dogged and grim and besieged and beset, with the help of Almighty, you will get it. And if there's one thing a man should always do, is mainly to himself stay true. Never allow someone to change your point of view unless what they bring or mean makes sense to you. Never judge a man by sight alone, nor by the height he has grown. And when speaking, keep it at a moderate tone, because raised voices turn those hearts into stone. You see, in the beginning, it was, brother, I'll ride with my boys, roll with my boys. How about them Cowboys? The morals of life, live, love, and respect for another. Then there are those who will try to be smart. They would take the decent man to alter his heart, to seek to rip him apart. Those, man, you should never call a friend, because they bend their lies around the truth to meet their end. That's been my time. And I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. We about.
Whoa! Give me my theme music.
I just wanna run it up. Count a check or something. I've been really in the field, let up. Yeah, I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately, I just wanna run it.
Shout out to you, Warren Burris, for the Cash App. Appreciate you for help growing the nation. We'll put that in the Oxnard Fund.
Yeah, kinda check us on. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Thanks to all the supporters. Appreciate you.
Count that too, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it up. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Shout out to you, Def King. 55, keeping it live. Yeah. Paul, appreciate you. For my guy, Eric. Oh my gosh. Eric.
We answered, I talked stuff, I thought we had it, but it goes to show you who's a better team, and I'm sticking Cowboys.
You're crying.
I'm hurt. I love my Eagles. I don't believe it.
You gonna flap the hat one more time for the Eagles for the hard fight they did?
Let's go Birds, fly, Eagles fly. Still Super Bowl chance for now.
We're looking great. Go Birds. Let's go Birds. ELGS, Eagles.
This is where we hold them. This is where we fight.
All right, and one more time, man. No offense to my guy MJ, man. He inspires so many to play this game and this sport. One love to MJ. If y'all feel as if though I'm being disrespectful to him, charge it to my head, not my heart, bro. I really like MJ. He's the truth. I had to point out this, man. 1-9 in the playoff game record, though. I can hear Brandon right now. 1-9, Law. He 1-9. No doubt, man. MJ the greatest, man. One of the greatest. One of. And somebody said, man, yeah, MJ is better than any not Maverick guy, but any Laker guy. And I give him that. But Magic was cold-blooded, though. Yeah. It took a specialized weapon to get Magic up out of there. Who knows what would have happened? If he never got that, you know what? Let's get on up out of here. Peace. Play my other music here. Come on up out of here. Yeah. Come on, Pastor. Lead us out the way. Lead us on the way. There we go.
Ain't nobody calling me.
Oh, snap. My guy Voch Lombardi is live. Be sure to tune in to Voch Lombardi. Let me see if I can post the link somewhere.
Calling me, texting me,
see if I can get it out before this.
Asking me, am I still the ball? Y'all usually check on me. Listen. I'm still them boys. Please come home. I'm still them boys. I got beans and bologna. Oh, please come home. Them boys. I got beans and bologna. I'm still them boys. I'm still them boys. Call and check on me.
Click that link right there. It's in the chat. For Voch Lombardi.
I'm still them boys. Now y'all don't want to call and check on the pastor. I'm still them boys. All I ask
is when you lay your head on that pillow at night, I gave you everything I had. I gave you everything I had.
I'm going to give a shout out to those I see over there in Voch page. Click that link and jump over to Voch Lombardi's live YouTube feed and let them know Law sent you to them. Yep.
Take a